Hey guys, Michael here. Welcome back to another video. I haven't made a lot of videos in a while. I got a video right now that I'm just trying to upload. So by the time that video is uploaded, this will be uploaded. So we get 2 uploads in a day. But I also have to update my internet security. So Apple basically confirmed a little bit. Basically, there will be another event. Now, if you didn't know already, we had the announcement of the WWDC 2018 where Apple will be doing their whole software lineup, but just now I found out that Apple is actually making a all-new keynote. Let me pull up for you guys. Just gonna grab my phone and I'll read you the details. So Apple basically is making like they're trying to announce a lot of products, mainly budget products, and they're trying to get people to get into this Apple system. And I can see why they're doing it, because Apple right now is trying to earn people's trust back, and it's very hard, especially with what's going on. But beyond all the hate and stuff, Apple does what they have to do, and this keynote is very special. Apparently March 27th, this is when the event will be held. It'll be held at a college prep high school, and that's very rare that Apple ever does these at a high school, and it's in Chicago too. So it'll be at 10 a.m. in the morning, and the main emphasis of this keynote will focus on one aspect: education. Well, if you take a look at the invite that they sent out, it says also iPhone 10. Also, there's the indicator, but if you can see it barely, it says, let's go on a field trip. Now, the reason they say that is because, first off, Apple's not in California where their headquarters is, so they're pretty much doing what they have to do to get this into another place, so field trip. But I want to make this video kind of to emphasize what do I think they will be unveiling at this event. Well, considering that the invite basically gave away a hint at one new product right off the bat in a nice little sketch design, we could be seeing a new Apple Pencil. Now, I don't have any use at all for a goddamn Apple Pencil. I know there are people that actually use them for drawing, architect. I don't see a use for it. I have my mom's budget iPad, which I'm actually making this video with. My mom basically doesn't use her iPad as much. She uses it for FaceTime. I want a personal iPad with my account, iCloud, and Apple Music. I can't use hers because that's her personal iPad. So I'm looking to buy an iPad. I'll see where I go. But the Apple Pencil, I can see that they may make a new one. We might see one with a new stylus, maybe a new way of charging and pairing instead of just using that whole lightning support. Maybe they may do it with Bluetooth, you never know. And the whole point of it is to see how Apple will do this and how will they unveil a new thing. Now, this is rumors, we don't know if this is confirmed, but this is what we should expect. Next up, iPads. Now, on the subject of iPads, Apple is rumored to unveil its new iPads, and especially since these are things that students can't afford, they want to make it budget friendly. Now, we have the budget iPad already, the 9.7 inch, which in my opinion is a great budget iPad to begin with. It has an outdated design, but it works and feels just fine. It's the perfect combination of home and school. And since they want to promote education and also get kids to have an iPhone or anything at all Apple related, why did I say iPhone? An iPad would look more likely. Now, beyond most recent leaks and stuff, there isn't much on this budget iPad. It is rumored to have a brand new price line. Instead of $330, it'll be $280. Apparently, that's what they're saying. So a $200 and something iPad, that I will definitely be buying if that's the case. Now, if it's gonna have a new processor, if it has the A10X Fusion chip, I might consider getting that, because this has the A9, and while it's not old, they should update the processor to where it is in actually heavy usage, because the A10X Fusion chip is relatively new. We're already on the A11 Bionic chip, and soon with the A12 chip coming soon for the iPhone X Plus and all that, the A10X Fusion chip can last for a long time. It was at the time the fastest chip Apple had ever made. So I can see them refreshing that. I do hope that they definitely... I'm not a fan of this design, because if you look at the iPad, the 9.7, you could see with the bezels, you could see there's a hollow thing. It's a weird design, so maybe Apple should redesign it to the budget friendly instead of giving us the gap in there. Like, if you gotta see it to understand, but you guys are probably understand what I'm talking about. So maybe they should refresh it a little bit. And if this is going to replace the 329 iPad, like replace it, we'll see what happens. But if that price line is true and it's at 280 or anywhere along the lines of 200 and something dollars, even if it goes into 300, I'm buying it straight up. So I can basically have an iPhone, a MacBook, and an iPad. An iPad, in my opinion, can do best of both. Next up, we might also be seeing the debut of the AirPower. Now, this product has been, everyone wants to see it. They want to know, what is it going to cost? What's this whole thing? And I have a feeling Apple might do it since they want to bundle everything. Again, with school, they want to bundle so you don't have to spend that much. They may include the cable, the power adapter, and you get the pad itself. So they're going to probably do a bundle. I have a feeling it's going to be within $150 to $200. I have a feeling that's what the pad is probably going to be worth or charged at. I don't think it's worth that price line, but we'll see what Apple says. They may even show off the wireless charging case and feature that as a bundle as well, with probably new AirPods. But we could expect that at WWDC. I don't know. These are things that are unlikely to happen because, again, emphasis is education. But one thing I do hope, and I really hope Apple does, these two things. The new MacBook, the new budget MacBook for $799 to $899. That's a refreshed MacBook Air. That is supposed to be the budget MacBook. And that is supposed to be one that most college kids would lean towards. Now, if Apple does this will be a smart move on their play. Because if you look at Apple's track record right now, every product that they have is pretty much overpriced. Not a lot of people can afford it. So if they can get a budget MacBook with a budget iPad, that is perfect. That's for things that kids that need to go to school and can do all their computing, like softwares, their computing devices. That is pretty much perfect if you can make a budget-friendly MacBook. Now, to a certain individual who I am pretty sure is going to watch this video, you bought the MacBook Air. I told you probably should have been better off waiting because they're going to unveil it in a couple of weeks. Not even a couple of weeks, probably in like 10 days. They're going to unveil this. So you should have waited. You should have listened to me. I was right. So suck it. No offense. But anyway, moving on. The final thing, and I think this is almost a guarantee, they're going to debut the iPhone SE 2. At this point, everyone wants to see this new updated version of the iPhone SE. The first one was awesome. It was a budget-friendly iPhone in a nice design that everyone liked. But at this point, we all know it's going to happen. This would be the perfect place to do it. Again, you want things for education and also for budget-worthy for teenagers and modern adults to afford. The iPhone SE 2 pretty much will have the iPhone 10 design. It won't probably change its shape. It'll have a glass back for wireless charging. It probably will have an LCD screen. I don't know if they're going to remove the headphone jack. That remains a question. They probably will. And we may get an updated processor. We also could get Face ID. Maybe. It is rumored that if they put Face ID in it, it's going to make it a lot more expensive. So we'll see how the SE looks. But I can see it working out with a new design and a refresh. That works. And yeah, that's pretty much all we can expect from Apple's new keynotes, this education keynotes. So the main things I'm looking forward to is the iPad and the MacBook Air refresh. I'm looking forward to those two to see what Apple tries to do. I like the idea that they're going in to a market where teenagers and adults are trying to buy things for school or even outside of school in general, but things that, because they know there's a market for people that can't afford these high-end devices, which is why they made budget ones, like the budget iPad, the iPhone SE, and what else? I mean, they probably have other budget things, but I like where Apple's going. They're going towards people that can't afford these heavy things if they're overpriced, so they want to make it budget-friendly. And if they do this, then this is a step in the right direction for Apple. So I'm looking forward to those things. I will cover the keynote when it comes out. I'll watch it. I'll give my full review on it. And yeah, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, are you going to be watching the Apple keynote? It is on March 27th at 10 a.m. in the morning. Again, in Chicago at a college prep high school. I forgot the name, but the point is, that's when the keynote is. Let me know, what are you most excited for if you watch this keynote. Once again, thank you for watching, and peace.